Hey there, welcome to my first video of banjo lessons, and as you may already know, I'm Amundson, teaching you how to play the banjo. And I hope you caught that. Just kidding. That's not, I'm going to show you. That's not I'm going to teach you, just listen to a video, hope you get it, because, no, not that bad. Okay, so let's get into it. First thing I'm going to share with you is why I play the banjo. Well, some people think the banjo sounds good, and they're completely right, and I think it sounds wonderful. I think it's the best sounding instrument. Besides, oh, nothing. It sounds good with any kind of music if you know how to put it into any kind of music. But the easiest kind of music to put it in is bluegrass music. Fast-paced banjo solos are the easiest. It's not your job, it's the other guitar player's job to tag along, but anyways, well, I'll tell you what, banjo is fun. It's the funnest instrument I know, and I don't know, bass is pretty fun, ukulele is pretty fun, but the banjo, you get to do everything, and especially if you listen to more of the banjo music, it sounds so good, and you want to just play it every 5 minutes. You hear something new, you want to just play it, and you know that's me. I hope you get that in your brain too, just loving that music. Alright, so first thing is you gotta pull your old 5-string out behind the couch and wipe the dust off of it, start tuning. So this is how you tune a banjo. It's the first step in. There's my tuner right here. So the top string, which is the 5th string, it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you got that. So 5 strings, the top string is the 5th one. And the 5th one is also G. Second one is D. Middle one is G. Octave lower than the top one. And B. Second last one, and the last one is a D. So there's two sets of strings with the same note but different octaves. So, and together they all make a G chord. An open G chord. That's, you know, if you want to skip all these lessons, you could just. That's no fun. It's no fun at all. So yeah, tune up if you have one of them tuners, but if you don't, I'm sure you do, but just to remind me, I often leave this sticking up here, and it makes me feel like a nerd. So just remind me if I have it up, and I'll simply push it down here. But anyway, so no, tune. I'm a little out of tune too, so. Alright, so it should sound like the perfect heavenly melody of the chord of G. And so before I start you on anything that you gotta learn other than the tuning, I'm gonna show you. I have another banjo over here, and it's one that we took a trip in the States, and we bought this other banjo for, I don't know, don't ask me. But anyways, I'll show you that right away. So you may have a banjo like this. This is a very good banjo. It's a Earl Scruggs model, standard. You gotta know about him. He's the guy who wrote the textbook about 5-string banjo. But, master tone. And you may have that if your dad played banjo for any good band like the Barely Strings. But if not, you may have a banjo that sounds like this. put on the strap. Strap is so low. Strap size does not matter. Some people have it way down, but I have it fairly upward. Just I don't know why. It's just more comfortable for me. So whatever's comfortable for you. Just gonna rest it on my knees. So you may have noticed in between your knees where you rest the banjo. Perfect. So that's where you put it. But anyways, back to what I was saying. You may have a banjo that sounds like this, which is, there's some expensiver banjos, or there's some beginner banjos that doesn't matter which you play, because you can learn on any banjo as long as it has a 5th string like that. The devil's knob, I guess, I don't know. They wouldn't allow them in churches because it said, oh, well, only the devil would think of that. There. This one's pretty close. So there we go. And the next thing you need, besides the tuning, the correct tuning, is picks. There used to be a 2-finger style, I don't know if there is still, but with only either these or this, I forget, but there's 3 now. 3 now. And that's the current standard bluegrass style. But anyways, you can pick them up at on McQuaid, any music store for that matter, for a couple bucks. There's, so strap is so low. There's a thumb pick, which looks like this. Bring it up to the camera, just to let you see. And it has, you just put it around your thumb, like this. Slip it on there, and it should feel semi-tight, not too tight that your fingernail falls off. That's kind of weird. And then you have to have an index finger pick, which looks like this. It's I guess the 2 things over here, and you just bend them around your finger, and then this end, the pick part, it bends around your finger. I don't know, some people have it straight out pretty much, some people have it way curved around their finger, but I have it like this. And the same thing with your other middle finger pick. Just bend your choice. So it kind of looks like that. So that's your picks. Thumb, index, middle. So T, I, middle. Yeah, T-I-M. T-I-M. Sorry. I think we have a link in the description below to buy them. But you know, your best bet is to pick them up at your local music store. So this is probably the banjo that you'll end up playing first, and once you get more serious about it, then then you can upgrade to a little more expensive. Gibson doesn't manufacture banjos anymore, but the ones that they do have, they're awesome, pretty good. And another good banjo that I recommend you getting after more serious into it is a D-ring. D-ring sounds awesome. It feels like a dream. I played one at the American Banjo Museum in Oklahoma City. CSF went to there before. Oh yes, we have banjos in the link description below. There's different banjos to fit your budget. Whether it's $300, would be probably $200 to $300 would probably be the lowest. But hopefully you already have one. And so now comes time for the lesson that I give you something to work on. So here's your kind of homework until I come back next week with another lesson. And you know, I'm gonna just quickly grab the other banjo. Alright, here I'm back with this banjo, and so what I want you to work on is, it's called a square roll. And so, I'll tell you one thing, banjo playing is built up of rolls. It's a pattern of notes you pluck. So a roll, or a pattern of, would be something like thumb, index, middle, thumb, index, middle, thumb, index, middle on designated strings. So rolls and licks. So licks are just... The song is made up of rolls and licks, that's all. And the licks go into the rolls, and you roll the licks and you lick the rolls. It's I don't know, but it's, the licks are made up of rolls, and the rolls are made of, it's just rolls and licks, which the song's made of. And so the square roll is a pretty basic one, and I'll show you how it goes. Why don't I move the camera a little bit closer? Okay, here we go. Is that better? So the idea of this view is to try to see where my fingers are, when I pick which strings my picks are hitting. Try to take an idea from that. But first thing, you gotta anchor something, avoid from flipping around. You gotta anchor these fingers. So these fingers are picking, these fingers are left out, them two. So see where this wear mark is? That's where my dad had his fingers, and Earl has his two fingers like this, anchored right here, and slightly curved a bit. And you want to keep your hand as low as you can, not flying all over like this. Here we go. It's called the square roll. First, thumb on the third string. So, second, index finger on the second string. And then take your thumb now and hit it on the top string. And then this bottom, this middle finger on the bottom string, which is called the first string. So all together it will sound like this. Practice that a couple times. Slow is the key. Work up an analogy for you. Say, I'm kind of interested in computers. And so, if there's a file that's being duplicated, okay? If you set it to process the picture fast or slow. If you process it fast, it won't take as long to get it done. But the quality will fall. If you choose for the computer to process it slow, it will get every detail right the first try. So the same as banjo. If you practice it slow, you'll end up, if you practice every note perfect, then when you go to play fast, you'll do better. But it takes a lot of practicing slow. Practice that nice and slow. Another thing, try to stay relaxed. Relax is another key. Do not sweat up. Be as relaxed as you can. Only move your fingers. But the thumb you have to move that though. And you'll learn in another lesson to change the tone by moving your hand up here as opposed to here. Hear the difference? For now, while you're playing open, stay over here. So don't move your hand at all. Just your fingers. That's how it should sound like. So you can rewind the video and find out what I said before, along with all that stuff in between. But all that stuff that I just said is very important. Do not ever forget that. Just practice that, and when you come back next week, hopefully you'll be good enough to go on. Well, the lesson's over, and one other thing before you go. You gotta stay in contact with me, right? If you have any questions or something you want to change about, if find something annoying about my videos, and just tell me and I'll do my best to correct it. So, oops, I want to see my face, right? There. So, you can contact me anyway. My email is in the link below, along with just comment. And please subscribe. There's a red button. It's called a subscribe button. And there's a bell beside it. I don't really know what the bell does, but I'm pretty sure it just reminds you of stuff. Yeah. There's a little notification that pops up in the bottom left corner that you'll see. But anyways, see you next week for banjo lesson number 2.